Alright, Seamlessly here with Vanguard Tutorial Volume 8. I switched over to Samara now that I have Inferno ammo maxed out, since I was able to get the 25% cooldown reduction from her maxed out passive, and 2 points in pull for now is fine, since it's a 7-second duration, and usually I'm going to have that warp explosion set off long before 7 seconds time.
Let's get moving.
Heading to cover. Moving to cover.
I saw these guys isolated, so went ahead and charged at them. I got kind of screwed here because I should have been done with that merc a lot earlier, but he got clipped into the wall, which actually really hurt my damage output. So that's the reason I got shot up. I should have been headed towards the 2 other mechs a lot earlier.
Get them off their feet.
And I'm just checking out the radar before I go around the corner. So those 2 guys were all by themselves. And I was gonna go charge at these 2, but I saw that coming around the corner, so I said go ahead and take care of it. And this is what's good about Samara over Jacob is I was able to use her pull on that mech, and then in a pretty quick succession use her pull against that vanguard. Since she has the 25% cooldown reduction, it's a big boost, and it lets you use pull as just straight up CC instead of having a warp bomb all the time. Since it's usually off cooldown by the time you need to warp bomb. And here I decided to go around instead of continuing the fight there. I hate exploding mechs. In fact, I hate exploding enemies, period. I've hated them ever since Diablo had them. And then this kind of stuff just goes back to what I've been saying all along, which is don't be afraid to continue pressing forward just because you're in health. If you're in health and you don't have charge available, that's one thing. But if you're in health and you know charge isn't on cooldown, keep pressing forward. Who cares? You're going to get that barrier refill anyway.
Can't reach the target.
Impact event. Unit member offline.
Can't target them.
See, I had originally charged into that room because that Eclipse Trooper was in there originally, so I was gonna warp bomb him and the Loki mech, but he wound up escaping before I charged in there. But yeah, I just want to explain my reason why I charged into that room instead of charging straight from him. I always try to charge at least 2, just so I can make use of the warp explosion if nothing else.
Killed one. Killed one.
I've got a feeling that elevator isn't coming down empty.
We should find cover. Quickly. You got it!
Have a pleasant stay.
And coming up here, there's only going to be 3 people, which is usually go ahead and charge territory. But since one of them's a mini boss and 2 are engineers, I decided to wait until they separated and charge them one at a time.
See if they burn! Enemy charging!
And now I'm finally going to get the Viper, which I will be making use of here in the next video. Because on the collector ship, that's what weapon I'm going to go ahead and take. I'm going to take the sniper rifle. In part because this is a series for beginner players. And so I didn't want to take the Claymore and be reload tricking in all my videos when I know not everybody is going to be able to just reload trick all over the place. So I'm going to stick with the scimitar as far as shotgun use and use the sniper rifle for any armored enemies. Or any major armored enemies, let me state that. Standard mobs like these guys, it's not worth it. But, you know, gunships, mini bosses, stuff like that, then yeah, just go ahead and sniper rifle it up.
Can't reach.
Dead.
I love punching that guy. Even on my paragons. I'm gonna do a cursory check of the radar. These guys are all kind of out in the open. They're not really close enough to each other for warp explosions to do much good.
I'll tear you apart.
And then we got owned 2 by themselves, so charge as usual.
Forget the explosion!
Let's go about the radar real quick. And full charge is actually a pretty fun combo as well. You can send people off into space just as well as you can with full throw. This is why I decided to use it here. Looks like a falling star.
Shield down.
Now it's kind of a waste because I keep forgetting I don't have my Metagel upgraded, so it's not actually giving me any shields. I just thought it was for whatever reason. And their charge kind of bugged out on me. I mean, it functioned, but she should have gone flying off the bridge, and she didn't even budge.
You're dead.
And then that right there is where Inferno ammo is so much fun. So that guy had full shield, and it didn't matter. He was doing the fire dance. Just another reason where, I mean, you can just stick with cryo if you want to save the points for whatever reason, go with Bullfield or something. But, that's the biggest reason why I prefer to have Inferno maxed out instead of just applying cryo to everything, because it affects targets through defenses. At least the AoE portion. So long as you've got at least one guy down to defenses to proc it in the first place. And there I got the aiming bug again. No, I guess I could have skipped these turrets, but I've never done it. Believe it or not, as many times as I've played this game, I've never tried to just skip them. And so I thought maybe they might turn around and start shooting rockets at me from the other side, which really would have put me in a bad spot. So I decided to just go ahead and go back and kill them. And even from down there, you could already see there were only 2 guys across the barrier. So I didn't have to recheck the radar.
More money for the rest of us. Right behind you.
And then I just finishing off the mini boss here. Charge bugged out on me again, but luckily shotgun stagger, so does melee, so they can buy some time. And I decided to send her off into space as well. And that's the end of this tutorial. The next one will be up tonight.